This semester in ECi831 taught me a lot about educational technology, media, and my own limits as a human being who thought learning the piano online would be fun. Honestly, it was fun sometimes, frustrating other times, and occasionally made me question my life choices, which honestly is a very authentic online learning experience. One of the first things I realized is just how pervasive technology and social media are in our students' lives. They're not only learning in classrooms anymore, they're scrolling, streaming, snapping, gaming, and multitasking in ways that would make 2005 me deeply uncomfortable. As teachers, we face the constant challenge of meeting learners where they are, while also ensuring that all students have equitable access. Because technology can amplify inequities just as easily as it can open doors. Some students have fiber internet and 3 devices. Others are trying to make a Zoom call on a cracked phone with data that runs out at 7:12 p.m. That tension between potential and inequity became a major theme for me throughout this course. It pushed me to examine technology not just as a tool, but as part of a larger social justice landscape in education. One of the earliest lessons I learned is that online learning requires a shocking amount of discipline, like Olympic-level discipline. Setting vague goals like learn the piano in 3 months wasn't actually helpful. Real progress came when I broke things into tiny, manageable learning steps. I learned that in both tech and teaching, the smaller the step, the better the progress. And of course, progress wasn't linear at all. Some weeks I felt unstoppable. Other weeks I felt like my brain had left the chat. Again, it's a very authentic online learning experience. I feel feedback is one of the most important parts of learning. Not just the nice work kind, but the specific, actionable guidance that actually moves you forward. And while technology can offer explanations, suggestions, tutorials, and endless resources, it often can't give context. It can't see confusion in your face, or hear hesitation in your voice, or notice that you're holding a keyboard like a foreign object. Sometimes technology is like that well-meaning friend who enthusiastically tells you you're doing great, even though you're obviously not. There were moments when the feedback I got from tools and apps felt confident, but incorrect. Let's just say my rhythm was questionable. This reinforced something important. Technology supports learning, but it doesn't replace human guidance. A huge aha moment for me was realizing how powerful multimodal learning truly is. Students today aren't living on one platform. They're everywhere at the same time. TikTok, YouTube, Discord, Instagram, podcasts, group chats, you name it. If we want to actually reach learners, we can't rely on one mode and call it a day. We can't say, welcome to my course, here's a single 40-page PDF, enjoy. They'll vanish faster than a Snapchat message. This course pushed me to think more intentionally about including visuals, audio, narration, interactivity, and platforms that resonate with how students already learn. One of the most meaningful parts of ECi831 was learning about open education, as I am currently working on creating an OER. Because wow, have I had to wrestle with imposter syndrome. I keep worrying. I don't know enough. I'm borrowing too many ideas. Is this even original anymore? And then I realized, that's the entire point of open education. Knowledge grows through sharing, remixing, adapting, building on each other's work. What surprised me the most was how much the network we built in this class shaped my understanding. I may not have replied to every post. If I would have, I'd still be typing, but I did read a lot. The tools, ideas, personal experiences, and experiments people shared became a huge part of my own learning. And yes, I have adapted, borrowed, and strategically remixed more ideas from my classmates than I can count. Open education isn't just a philosophy, it's a community. It's a shared toolbox we build together, and the network we created here is something I'll keep drawing from long after this course ends. Between the presenters, discussions, and collaboration, one message kept coming through clearly. Technology isn't transformative on its own, people are. You can have unlimited tutorials, tools, and resources and still feel totally stuck. I learned firsthand that even with the world of information at my fingertips, I still crave someone to say, okay, pause, try it this way. The human layer, understanding, empathy, interpretation, is something no tool can replicate, and it's exactly why teachers remain essential. ECi831 pushed me to think differently about technology, learning, social justice, and the future of education. It taught me that progress isn't linear, remixing is normal, access matters, and community is powerful. Most importantly, it taught me that learning, whether online, offline, or somewhere in between, is messy, funny, frustrating, deeply human, and absolutely worth the journey.